So again, this is the concluding passage, guys. So and I think the passage is going to be pretty argumentative rather than factual because most of the times the IELTS reading is mostly factual, but in passage three, it's quite common to face argumentative questions. I mean passages. Sorry for that. Other than that, just because it's passage three, the questions are going to be pretty tricky here. So we have to be very, very careful and cautious about our grammatical skills and vocabulary skills. All right, so we have true, false, non given questions, and we have some notes completion, finalizing with a global multiple choice question. We have to understand the whole passage and then come up with an answer to here. Which is the best title for this passage? All right. Rockman and her colleagues were the first people to research the problem of marine debris. So they were the first people to research. The creatures most in danger from ocean trash are certain seabirds. So most in danger are seabirds. Studies Rockman has reviewed have already proved that populations of seabirds will soon become extinct. So she has reviewed a study and found that some seabirds will soon become extinct. Rockman analyzed papers on the different kinds of danger caused by ocean trash. Analyzed papers on different on the different kinds of danger. So papers on the different kinds of danger. Ocean trash is marine debris, in other words. Most of the research analyzed by Rockman and her colleagues was badly designed. The keyword here is most. One study examined by Rockman was expecting to find that mussels were harmed by eating plastic. One study, mussels were harmed by eating plastic. Some mussels choose to eat plastic in preference to their natural diet. So natural diet. Other than that, plastic, not metal or wood. Just really want to quickly navigate through that. I want to find plastic. Quickly skim through the passage and find anything plastic. Okay, plastic. We have one plastic, not metal or wood. Okay. We have another plastic debris rather than materials like metal or wood. Okay, there we go. We found the part. Plastic, not metal or wood means rather than other materials like metal or wood. Anyways, let's start reading. Chelsea Rockman, an ecologist at the University of California, Davis, has been trying to answer a dismal question. Is everything terrible or are things just very, very bad? Rockman is a member of the National Center of Ecological Analysis and Synthesis Marine Debris Working Group, a collection of scientists who study, among other things, the growing problem of marine debris, also known as ocean trash. Plenty of studies have sounded alarm bells about the study of marine debris. In a recent paper published in the journal Ecology, Rockman and her colleagues set out to determine how many of those perceived risks are real. So plenty of studies. So she was not the first person. She was one of those. She was one of those researchers. So the answer is going to be false here. Let me just write F. Right. Often Rockman says scientists will end a paper by speculating about the broader impacts of what they've found. For example, a study could show that certain seabirds eat plastic bags and go on to warn that whole bird populations are at risk of dying out. But the truth was that nobody had yet tested those perceived threats. Rockman says there wasn't a lot of information. Okay, so the truth was that. Anyways, the creatures most endangered from ocean birds, trash, or certain seabirds. I think it's NG, not given. It doesn't say that if they are in most in danger. They, I mean, they kind of seabirds eat plastics and then they just go and warn other bird populations, but they don't say they are most in danger. It could be probably most in danger that are maybe fish, tuna, whoever knows. The study. All right. Anyways, moreover, I'm just not gonna. But 2028, I'm not gonna. 28 is probable over here. Not probably, but surely over here. But it doesn't necessarily say if the question is. I mean, it doesn't necessarily say that they're mostly in danger, even a tiny bit. Rockman and her colleagues examined more than 100 papers on the impacts of marine debris that were published through 2000 2013. Within each paper, they asked what threats scientists had studied, 366 perceived threats in all, and what they had actually found. The studies has reviewed have already proven that populations of some birds will soon become extinct. Okay. I mean, it doesn't also here. For example, a study could show that certain seabirds eat plastic bags. The truth was that nobody had yet tested those threats. And there wasn't a lot of information. So the scientists have only speculated. They will end a paper by speculating. They will end by speculating of what they've found. So which means kind of false in my opinion, because here it is they have proved, but here it's that speculation is playing the role. Here it is proved. Here it is speculation. Proving means correct. That is 100% certain, but speculation is uncertainty. All right. Moreover, um, her colleagues examined more than 100 papers. Rockman analyzed papers on the different kinds of danger caused by ocean trash. That is going to be true. I'm going to give it a T here. Examined more than 100 papers. Examined more than 100 papers is another word here. Means papers on the different kinds of dangers, different kinds of danger. All right, so there we go. Most of the research analyzed by Rockman and her colleagues was badly designed. And 83% of cases, the perceived danger. Also, let me actually highlight that normally. Shall I? Give this number 30. In 83% of cases, the perceived dangers of ocean trash were proven true. In remaining cases, the working group found that the studies had weaknesses in design and content, which affected the validity of their conclusions. Yes, another false for us here. False, because here is saying most. Most means bigger number. Here is saying no. The bigger number is 83%, which is a big number, is proven to be true, right? So yeah, this is the whole passage. The reason I'm underlining the whole paragraph here is because you have to read the provement. Not provement, but the proof actually, without just giving the answer instantly. Once you just spot the answer there. So that is answer number 31. 31 over here. One study examined by Rockman was finding blah blah blah. All right. Strikingly, Rockman says only one well-designed study failed to find the effect it was looking for in an investigation of mussels ingesting microscopic bits. So one study examined by was expected to find the mussels were harmed by eating plastic, right? So that is probably going to be true. The information about mussels. So that means also the plastic moved from the mussels' stomachs to their bloodstream. Scientists found and stayed there for weeks, but didn't seem to stress out the shellfish. This means that plastic didn't seem to have any harmful effect on the mussels. So didn't stress out means didn't harm. So was harmed by eating plastic. So the answer is probably going to be was expecting to find that were harmed by eating plastic. So it's going to be true. Sure. So let me actually just give it a T instead of true, because they studied it, but however they failed because they thought that mussels will be harmed by eating the plastic. One study examined by Rockman was expecting to find the mussels were harmed by eating plastic. Yes, only one well-designed study failed to find the effect it was looking for. An investigation of mussels ingesting microscopic bits. The plastic moved from mussel stomach to their bloodstreams, blah blah blah. But they said that they didn't seem to stress out the shellfish. So that's why the answer is going to be true, because the question in the question number 32 is saying that they examined they were and they were expecting to find the effects of eating a plastic. Then obviously they did. Some mussels choose to eat plastic in preference to the natural diet. While mussels may be fine eating trash, though the analysis gave a clearer picture of the many ways that ocean debris is bothersome. The answer is going to be obvious. It doesn't say anything at all, since it's going to be not given. Plastic, not metal or wood, be found out over here. Bits of debris that were something harmful to animals. Most of the within the studies they looked at, most of the proven threats came from plastic debris rather than other material like metal or wood. Most of the dangers also involved large pieces of debris. Animals get entangled in trash. Entangled in trash is a synonym, is a paraphrase for harmful to animals. So the answer is going to be here, bits of debris uh that were large, right? That were large. So most of the dangers has involved large pieces of debris. Pieces of debris, in other words, or pieces of debris eats bits of debris. Okay. I mean pieces of debris. Pieces of debris is a synonym for bits of debris. There was little research into something, for example, synthetic fibers. But a lot of ocean debris is microplastic or pieces smaller than 5 millimeters. Okay. There must be ingredients used in cosmetics and toiletries. Fibers should be synthetic clothing in the wash or eroded remnants of larger debris. Compared to the number of studies investigating large-scale debris, Rockman's group found little research on the effects of these tiny bits. These tiny bits are microplastics. So micro. Oh my God, microplastic. Something wrong with my keyboard. Microplastic was it's not micro, it's microplastic. All right. Now, microplastic. I'm just really lazy to write the paraphrasing table. So here it's going to be 34. So that's why I'm giving the numbers. I think you can guys navigate through that. Most of them, these was focused on individual animals, not entire something. These may be ingredients, blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of open questions still for microplastic. Okay. Still is another proof. Rochman says, though I just got confused a little bit. Though she notes that more papers on the subject have been published since 2013, the cutoff point for the group's analysis. Also, most of them focus on individual animals, not entire something. There are also, she adds, a lot of open questions about the ways that ocean debris can lead to sea creature death. Many studies have looked at how plastic affects on individual animal or that animal tissues or cells rather than the whole population. Population, there you go. Populations. Populations. We take that away like this and give it a number 30, 30, 30, 36. In the lab, scientists often use higher concentrations of plastic than what's really in the ocean. We found number 30. We found number 37 as well, guys. So the concentration of plastic. Concentration of plastic. Concentration of plastic. Or concentrations, because it's plural, did not always reflect those in the ocean. Means in the lab, scientists often use higher concentration of plastic than what's really in the ocean. None of that tells us how many birds or fish or sea turtles could be. So there was insufficient information. Insufficient information. This is a point we need to navigate. And numbers of animals which could be affected. Numbers of animal means how many birds or fish or sea turtles could be affected by plastic population, and the impact of reduction in numbers on the something of that species, or how deaths is a reduction, death reduction, reduction death is obviously a reduction in species could affect the animal's predators, so the number of predators of that species. We found the other answer as well. We found question number 30. What is that? 38. Okay. Impact on the ecosystem and the rest of the ecosystem. We found everything in one. We found all the questions in this paragraph. So Rahma says more information is needed in the possible impact on the future something involving oil. Involving oil. We need to be asking more ecologically relevant questions. Rahma says usually scientists don't know exactly how disasters such as tanker accidentally spilling its whole cargo of oil and polluting huge areas of the ocean will affect the environment until after they've happened. So Rahma says more information is needed to find something. What is how Impact of future disasters, example involving oil. So yeah, it's going to be disasters here, disasters. So it's going to be disasters. Cargo oil. All right, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to give this a number 30, 30, 39. Thank you. 39, just going to highlight that. And finally, what would be the best title for this passage? Asking the right questions can help policymakers and the public figure out where to focus their attention. The problem, blah, blah, blah. But a recent paper used simulations to show that strategically positioning the cleanup devices closer to shore would more effectively reduce pollution over the long term. What would be the best title for the passage? Assessing the threat of marine debris probably is going to be the answer that I'm going to be choosing. Marine debris, who is to blame? No, nothing about that. Really easy. Can use a solution. The reason that I'm saying it's really easy is that because obviously you will have to remember you remember what you're reading because we are analyzing it thoroughly, and we obviously know that marine debris is there's nothing about who is to blame, right? I mean, of course, but blaming we can see that there's only one part that says that accidentally spilling is whole cargo oil polluting the huge areas of the ocean will affect the environment after they've happened. This is what it's talking about. But however, there's only one small paragraph. It's not the whole passage. A new solution to the problem of marine debris. We didn't find anything in relation to the solutions, but instead they're saying some sort of Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Deutsche Group called the Ocean Cleanup is currently working on plans. It's another work. There's another paragraph here. It's just this part is talking about only the sea. There's just only a small paragraph. It's not the whole passage. Here it's asking the best title for this passage. Marine debris, the need for international action. No, I mean in international actions, it's still again I can see that it's talking about it's talking about this part, but again it's only one tiny part. So yeah, guys, it's very simple, I guess. We have concluded Kimber Giles number 14. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. And if you found this video very helpful, please smash that like button. If you couldn't find it helpful, you can press the dislike as well. Other than that, once again, thank you very, very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't and share with your, I don't know, with your friends or family if they're obviously preparing for this sort of exam. And yeah, thank you very much once again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.